And we're rolling, and here we go.
So I wanted to ask you, there's country and western, right?
Well, there's country music, and there's western music, and there's western swing.
What about rock?
There's rock, and there's Monty Rock III that everyone seems to have forgotten about. But there's country western, there's swing, there's the blues.
I'm sorry, Don, I gotta stop. I can't hear the sound of the
Oh
microphone.
my
What's
God!
wrong here?
Oh my God! What's wrong?
I'm hearing it through. Hold on.
Okay, is the headset plugged into the proper port? Is the XLR adapter in there?
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
You had it backwards.
Just say something, Don. Let me hear it.
Yeah. Hello. How are you doing?
Okay.
Please
I
don't.
think I just had this flipped the wrong
You
way.
did.
now.
You had it
Sorry.
flipped.
I
Had
know.
it flipped the wrong
Well,
way.
I know.
Batman.
That's fine. Remember, Jonathan, I've got you a full day.
Oh, wait. We're still recording. Okay. Hold on. All right. Here we go. We're 3.4.
Let me lead off, then you just jump into the
Negative
same
3
bit.
dB. That's
Yeah, you can
what
talk
it's
all the
at.
way through my whole thing. I don't care. You ready now?
I'm ready.
You're not gonna talk anymore?
No.
Okay, here we go. It's awful nice of you to pick me up in your limo and take me over to the deli. I'm really hungry too.
Well, there's lots of things I want to ask you. First of all, there was country and western, right?
There's country, there's western, and of course there's swing. There's western swing.
What about rock?
Well, there's rock and there's Monty Rock. Monty Rock III, but I guess everybody's forgot about him, huh?
Monty Rock, who is he?
Oh, he was a guy who used to be on all the TV shows in the 60s. He was Monty Rock III. He was way ahead of all these other clowns.
Was he before Elvis even?
No, he was after Elvis.
Okay,
Well, you mean Elvis Costello or the King?
The King.
Yeah. Jim Cameron?
No, Elvis Presley.
Oh, yeah, him, yeah. Well, he was, yeah. He was called, the Tupelo Bomber or something like that.
Like Uncle Tupelo?
Uncle Tupelo is actually a relatively new band. They're like a bunch of guys who are doing kind of punk rock music, and they decided to go country.
Do you like to see them, or what do you think?
I've never seen them. I was over to see Cowboy Buddha, and I was talking to Fletcher, who's the lead singer with Cowboy Buddha, and I was explaining to him there's only two kinds of music: there's country and western. But I can't really define this Cowboy Buddha music. I mean, I don't know what it is. They've got an album. They got two albums. I think there's like 20 songs, and I was trying to figure out how do I tell one Cowboy Buddha song from the other.
How do you tell one?
Well, I was trying to figure out how do I tell one Cowboy Buddha song from the other by the title.
So they're all alike.
Well, I don't know if they're all alike or they're all in the groove, but I'm just trying to figure out how to get my groove back, my own groove. I mean, I don't know if a peppered beef sandwich with mustard only at Arch Deli is going to do it or not. And to be honest with you, what's in matzo ball? Are there any animals in there?
No, there aren't in matzo balls.
It's like what
I think it's dough.
Dough? What about the noodles? Are there any fishes still in there? Or?
No noodles. I think it's the broth. Maybe it might be chicken broth or something like that.
But when you're a vegetarian, how do you know there's no animal products? I mean, how can you be certain that you're not eating the soul of some lost pig? Or
Well, you ask and you also look. If there's any like greasy parts on the top broth, you know.
Ooh.
That's how you know that there's animals in there.
Was that movie Grease about vegetarians? That one Jeff Conaway was in? Or Grease 2? Or?
No, I didn't see Grease 2. I only saw one. And I liked that. That was a cool movie. You hated it?
No, I know Jeff Conaway. I did a title search for him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he was involved with a movie called It's Showtime, and we wanted to know if they had the copyright on it. And I did like a quick title search on the internet.
I think I saw Grease, the first one, probably like 10 times or something like that.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I guess it got re-released or something.
It did, and I didn't get to go. No one wanted to go with me.
Yeah, I have that problem. I used to go with Laszlo to the movies all the time, but he liked to go to the old movies, the silent movies on Fairfax. We go there a lot of times and just see the old black and white things. He actually turned me on to the East Side Kids.
Where does Laszlo really live?
Laszlo lives in Chinatown in a really cheap apartment. I mean, like a low rent apartment. Now, I think it's not that he can't afford it because he's got his trust fund and he never has to worry about money for the rest of his life, but I think he likes the ambience of that Art Deco kind of Philip Marlowe. I think Laszlo's got his trust fund and he doesn't have to worry about money, but I think he likes the ambience, that whole idea of the like the Mike Jackhammer kind of 40s, 50s detective kind of thing. I think that kind of influences him and kind of sparks his creativity just to be in in that environment with the high ceilings, the high ceilings. And
I think that's the only place that Hollywood has kind of stayed. Like that, all of Hollywood is so touristy except down there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the only
Touristy.
place.
Yeah, there's, I go down there once in a while to Chinatown, mainly to pick up Laszlo, but are you sure he's going to meet us at Arts Deli?
He said he would, and if he's hungry, he sure will be there.
Laszlo eats so fast. I mean, the guy eats a whole sandwich like in 3 bites.
I know.
And it bothers me, because if I do that, I've got a hiatal hernia. What I do is I start like chugging it up.
Oh,
But
man.
the thing is, when we go to Arts Deli for my favorite pepper beef sandwich, I mean, he eats it so fast, we might as well take him to Burger King, because he eats it so fast, he swallows it whole, he doesn't even know what he's eating. So how's he going to appreciate it or even taste it?
It's like a dog. They don't even taste the food. It's like,
it's gone, right?
oh, man.
What's the average lifespan of a dog? Like say a Dalmatian or something?
A Dalmatian would be about 7 years.
7 years.
The rule is the bigger the dog, the
Mhm.
less they live.
What about like Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Dogg?
Yeah.
The singer?
Yeah, the guy, the rap artist.
Well, that depends how many gangs are after you,
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess.
I guess you're
How many
right.
record labels you've jived
Do
with.
you think dogs can, when you tell a dog sit down, or
Mhm.
do you think they really know you're telling them to sit down?
Oh, yeah. They can even read your mind.
They can?
Mhm.
They're like psychic dogs?
Yep.
Because I thought only cats were psychic.
No, dogs are psychic,
Psychic
too.
dogs
Yeah.
and psychic cats?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing.
I notice the only thing about dogs that bothers me, and because I do a lot of investigating and knock on a lot of strange doors, but whenever a dog comes to the door, they always go right for my crotch. They start putting their nose in my crotch.
Oh, my God. My dogs have never done that
They
to
don't?
anybody. No.
No, I just figure they're sniffing for evidence.
Detective.
Yeah, detective.
Detective.
Maybe something to do with that.
Oh, man. I've got this one director friend of mine had a dog actually do the deed
Oh, God.
on him.
Oh, no.
And,
Making a statement, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And he was quite embarrassed. Everybody warned him.
Mhm.
And the dog just went right to him, and he had to go out all day in this awful T-shirt.
Oh, wow. Was it a director, or what did you say it was? A lawyer?
director.
Oh,
Should have been a lawyer, huh?
I don't know. How can you tell? Like you're driving along the street,
Mhm.
you're like Ventura Boulevard,
Mm-hmm.
and say there's a director crossing the street and a rat crossing the street. How can you tell which lane the car was in? If there's a director crossing the street and he's dead, like somebody ran over him, and there's a rat in the street and he's dead and somebody ran over him on Ventura Boulevard, how can you tell which lane was which after they take the bodies away?
There's no blood?
No, there's skid marks in front of the rat.
Oh, my God. That's a good one. I haven't heard that one. That's very good.
I've been to a lot of movies, and I can tell you that anybody can direct. I mean, that's not the hard part. All these guys I talk to tell me the hard part is not even raising the money. They say raising the money is the easy part, too. They just make one call, and they got the money. They do like the limited partnership thing that I told you about for the Palomino. They make one call, and they got the money. But they tell me the hard part is to get the actors in front of the camera.
That doesn't make any sense because all actors are crying for work.
Yeah, but they are. But I was in this one director's office, and he was trying to get some people to come over for like a no-budget feature, and they said they got to go to an audition, they got to go to class, they've got to go do a play rehearsal. And one girl had to go like to Palm Springs with her sugar daddy.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I haven't tried it. I don't know anything about acting.
That makes sense to go to class instead of the audition.
Yeah, but what he told her, because she said she had to go to class, and so she couldn't come over. He wanted to go out and shoot that night. Like, I got a video camera. I want to run out. See, this actress told the director when I was in his office doing a trademark thing, registering a trademark for him. He said that trying to get the actress to come over, she said she had to go to class. So he said, maybe she could work with him when she had no class.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
How far is Arts Deli?
It should be right up here.
You ever go to the other one, Jerry's Deli?
I like Jerry's, but it's always really crowded, even though you see a lot of cool people there.
You do see some cool people. What I like about Jerry's is it's open 24 hours.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
they never close.
I know.
If we had more time, I guess Laszlo didn't want to take a cab that far. If we had more time, we'd go to the Pantry in downtown L.A.
That's one place I've never been.
Oh, yeah, they never close either. No, they never close. They've never closed.
Never? I thought there was a time when they were closed for a while.
They were closed for remodeling, but they were still open.
How many times have you been there?
I've been there a lot. When I'm doing investigative reporting and investigative journalism, when I'm doing investigative reporting and investigating journalism in downtown Los Angeles and Chinatown, another place I go is on Orange Street. You wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like it. It's called Philippe's.
Mm-hmm.
It's French dip roast beef.
Oh, yeah.
But I can tell you, you could probably enjoy my telling you the history of the French dip roast beef sandwich.
Yeah, because I used to eat those as a kid. What is
So
it?
you weren't always a veterinarian?
I'm a vegetarian.
Oh, a veterinarian.
I wish I would have been, but tell me about the story.
Okay, I was in there about a year ago, and I got 2 French dips to go, French dip roast beef sandwich. So I was talking to the guy, and he told me the story of how the French dip roast beef sandwich was invented. Now, this restaurant has been in business for about maybe 30, 40 years. He said one night in the 20s, there was a guy mopping the floor, okay? And they didn't pay very much money back then. So this guy actually stole the roast beef sandwich out of the refrigerator. And then the guy came in who owns the place and locked the refrigerator. Okay, and the guy's starving. He's starving. He hasn't eaten all day. And some people get irritable when they don't eat. Do you get irritable?
Yes, I get irritable.
So he was mopping the floor and he accidentally dropped the sandwich in the mop bucket. So he was so hungry, he picked the sandwich out of the mop bucket and it's all soaked in soap. So he ate it. All right. Now, the cook who was just cleaning the grill saw that. All right, the next day, the cook, whose name was also Soap, got the idea, what if he stuck the sandwich in some gravy instead of soap? And he did. So the next day, the cook who was watching what happened that night got the idea, what if he dipped the sandwich into gravy? So the next day, the cook who was watching that night, whose name was also Soap, got the idea, what if he took the sandwich and dipped it into gravy instead of a muddy bucket full of soap? And he did, and it tasted delicious. And then what they started doing, people would come in and they would ask for French dip roast beef sandwiches.
Wow.
And it's all because this one immigrant worker, this Michigan migrant worker, that night accidentally dropped his sandwich into the mop bucket.
That's weird. That's true.
It's a true story. I mean, that's how they got started.
In the 20s.
Where's Arts?
Oh my God, we passed
We passed
Yeah,
Arts?
we did. We have to turn
How long have you
around.
had this driver? Can she hear us?
Yeah, she can hear us. We have to turn around, unfortunately.
Is she an actress?
Of course.
Is she
Isn't
really?
everybody in LA?
Does she have a headshot?
Of course, she'll give you one of the
No
headshots and
kidding.
everything.
Do you know where Arts Deli is? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think you passed it.
You ever get your picture there up on the wall or anything?
Well, I had it up at Pink's.
You did?
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't me. Laszlo put his. He had a black and white headshot, and he went in one night to Pink's, and he looked around. The owner, Sid Pink, wasn't there. So what Laszlo did is he found. Ask me the question again.
Have you ever had your picture up in like a restaurant or anything?
No, I never have. But again, you're a vegetarian, so you're not going to appreciate this. But Pink's hot dog stand, it's been open since like 1939.
Yeah.
This guy, Sid Pink, made like millions of dollars selling wieners. Well, Laszlo went in there one night and he saw the headshots, which are black and white. They're in, they're in frames, like just regular glass frames that reflect the light. So Laszlo went in, and when Sid Pink wasn't looking, he took down a picture of Fabian. Remember Fabian?
Oh, yes.
You do?
Yes.
No, I didn't know anybody remembered Fabian. He took down a picture of Fabian and he put his picture in there and he autographed it. But I think where Laszlo screwed up, when he autographed it, he didn't sign Laszlo Mauser. He actually signed Sincerely Fabian.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He does not look like Fabian.
He needs guidance. The guy needs guidance.
Oh my God. How long did it take for someone to realize it?
No one never realized it wasn't Fabian. A lot of people, especially like a lot of foreign people that never really got into Fabian's records and songs, didn't know it was him. Okay, then he tells me his picture's up there. So as a joke, I go in and there's a picture of Tommy Sands. Now, I know you never heard of Tommy Sands.
No, I haven't heard
no
that
Tommy
name.
Sands. We need to switch lights, Jonathan. Is this getting too dim?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
The switch was off.
Jonathan. Jack Nicholson would be so pissed if he had to do this again.
Oh, we're rolling now. Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry, don't make
Okay,
it.
here's sound now. Okay, how's the lighting?
Well, I'll leave it to the driver.
Ready.
Okay, you okay? I can't believe your driver went past Art's Deli and we ended up at I can't believe your driver went past Art's and we ended up at Jerry's.
Well, hold on. Can we go the other way? Because Arts is the other way.
Art's is the other way? Is she an actress or a driver, huh?
Isn't everybody in LA an actress?
Does she have a headshot?
Yeah, she'll give you a headshot.
Do you have a headshot?
Oh, God. Have you ever had your headshot or like picture or anything up in a restaurant?
Well, you know, you're not going to relate to the story because you're a vegetarian, but there's this famous hot dog stand called Pink's. It belonged to Sid Pink. Okay. And it's been there since 1939. Sid made millions of dollars selling weenies. Okay. All right. Laszlo goes in there one night, and all the pictures are black and white and they're framed, glass frames. Laszlo goes in there when Sid's not watching, and he's got a black and white 8x10 of himself. So he goes up and he's trying to find which frame should he. So Laszlo goes in there one night when Sid Pink's not watching, and all these pictures are black and white and they're framed in like cheap glass frames. So Sid's not watching, so Laszlo's looking around trying to find out which shot he should take down and insert his headshot in. So he looks and he finds Fabian. Have you ever even heard of Fabian?
Yes, I have.
You've heard of Fabian?
I know Fabian,
Okay,
yeah.
right. So what he does, he takes down Fabian's shot and he puts in his shot, a picture of Laszlo. But I think he made one mistake.
What?
Well, he autographed it, and he writes, "Sincerely, Fabian."
Oh, my God. Anybody realize it?
I don't think anybody... There's a lot of foreigners that go into Pink's. I don't think they realized the difference between, Laszlo and Fabian.
Oh, my gosh.
So, he told me about it, and so as a dare, I thought I'd go in and try and take down another headshot and sneak my picture in.
What happened?
Well, I went in, I looked around to see some of the headshots to see whose headshot I could take down and take their picture out and put my picture in. So I'm looking around to see whose headshot I could take down and put my picture in. So I found Tommy Sands.
I don't know him.
Okay, I didn't think you knew who Tommy Sands was. All right. He was like an Elvis wannabe in 1955. Okay. So I took down Tommy Sands' headshot and I put my headshot in. And I signed it Fabian.
Oh my God, how confusing.
I know, but that's Pink's, and they sell hot dogs at Pink's.
That's true.
I usually go in and get the kraut dog with mustard.
You like mustard, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I think
only a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. It probably has to go back to the days of the Bible. And if you had the fate of a mustard seed,
you'd grow.
Yeah, and I've had that. A lot of people out here, one of the things I notice, I want to be a detective, or I want to be an actor, or I want to be a rock and roll star. Everyone's has got the desire, but there's a big difference between desire and ability.
That's true.
You may have the desire, you may want to be something, but you may not have the ability to actually be something.
Yeah.
There's desire and there's ability.
You have to have both, actually.
You need something else, LQ, that a lot of people don't have. You need passion.
Oh, yeah.
You need passion.
Yeah.
LQ Jones?
Oh, you don't know?
Well,
Sound just cut out. Now. It's dead. Now it's back.
okay, let's...
What's going on? So this one, did I bump into that, or is that
On
dead
here.
right now? Okay, now it's back. It's like flickering.
Which? Check.
Your transfer.
I'm fine.
If it was getting, I was right.
One.
Do we?
Turn right.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm rolling, right.
Okay, let's not have any more technical problems. Was it okay up until that point?
Yeah, up until a few seconds. Yeah, right when it's happened. That's when it started. started cutting it on. I
What was I talking about?
We were talking about your kraut. You put sauerkraut and
Oh, no.
mustard?
I just, me when I go to Pink. Oh, we're going to talk through my scene?
Sorry, Don. It's just too bright on you.
Well, what can I do?
Now let's just feather it off of her a little bit. Too bright on her now. Okay, where's
I'll get right here.
Just a little more. There we go. That's better. Okay. Take a look at that. Yeah, that's good. Okay, we're ready.
Do you put like kraut and mustard or?
Are you talking about Pink's?
Yeah, pinks.
Well, Pink's has changed. I mean, when I first started going to Pink's, when Sid Pink was the owner, when you go in to buy a hot dog, they didn't sell French fries. No, they didn't. Well, they specialized in hot dogs. And the guys that worked there, one of the things they would do to entertain the customers is when they'd make you a hot dog, they'd grab the hot dog by the metal tongs and they'd flip the hot dog up in the air and catch it in the bun. What's wrong, Scott?
No, there's a cop right up there, and it's just probably better.
Kill your
if we
light.
just- yeah, we
Kill your
just-
light.
Yeah, they were real interested in what.
If you don't start rolling the camera pretty soon. Okay. As soon as that light turns, I'll relight myself. Okay. Okay, I'm lit again. Roll camera.
Okay, where you are.
Okay, real quiet. Ask me the question.
Will you like kraut and mustard?
Oh, Huh? What?
Kraut and mustard on your hot dog?
Are you talking about Pink?
Yeah, pinks.
Well, everything has changed. When Sid Pink was the original owner, they didn't sell French fries. But that was good. What that meant was you could get in and get a hot dog really fast. And the guys that worked there at the hot dog stand used to entertain all the customers because they would take the hot dog and pick it up with metal tongs. They would flip the hot dog up in the air and they would catch the hot dog in the bun. Now, an interesting thing, the same guy who would take the hot dog by the metal tongs, flip it up in the air, and catch it in the bun is the same guy who would take your money. So he's handling your money, and he's handling your hot dog, and he's handling your bun, but it's the same guy doing it. Now, the way they've got Pink set up, you go stand in line, they've got a bunch of people there who just ignore you. I mean, they don't even acknowledge that you're there, and you look at one person, they look at another person, look at another person, no one really waits on. It's not a business like it used to be, the hot dog business. Now it's just, I don't know what they're thinking, but a few years ago at Pink's they started selling French fries. So what happens is it takes a lot longer to get your hot dog because you're waiting on people that are getting your French fries.
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, I just wish I could just find, well, there'll never be another Pink's.
No.
It's
no.
a Hollywood hangout. I mean, it's a legend.
Brown Derby, no Brown Derby.
No Brown Derby. People came from all over the world to go to Pink's. Some of the people who were on the Titanic were on their way to Pink's.
What?
Yeah, some of the people on the Titanic. Well, what year was the Titanic?
Was it 1932 or?
I might have that confused with the Thresher, the finest atomic ship that ever sailed the sea. Yeah.
That could be. I don't know. What year was the Titanic?
I'm not quite sure. I think it won the Academy Award in 19... We have a problem?
We have a problem, Don.
What?
There's a problem. I'm not hearing anything out of this headset. I see an indicator, but I'm not hearing anything out of the headset.
Okay, if you
there's
see...
something wrong here. There's something wrong. I know
Okay,
what's
pull over.
wrong. I don't know what's wrong.
So none of that's any good? Okay, play it back through the... Stop.
I think something's wrong.
Play it.
And ready. Rolling.
No, Pink's is a pretty famous place. People come there from all over the world to go to Pink's. I mean, I think the people on the Titanic were heading towards Pink's.
What year was the Titanic?
I think the Titanic was last year.
Oh, you mean the movie, the Titanic?
Yeah.
Titanic.
Some of the people that were going to the Chinese theater were people bound for the Titanic.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, let's do it again. Go. You stepped on me. I told you not to do that. There goes your crispy critter. Okay, you ready? One more time. What are we saying?
I was wondering what year the Titanic was.
Let me lead in. No, Pink's has been around for a long time. Pink's has been around for a long time. Some of the people on the Titanic were actually heading towards Pink's.
What year was the Titanic?
The Titanic? I think the Titanic was last year.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah, the movie.
98.
Yeah, the movie, right. Yeah.
Did you like it?
Well, if I was going to make a movie about a ship, I wouldn't have done the Titanic. I would have done the Thresher, the finest atomic ship that ever sailed the sea.
What happened to that
It
one?
went down. Every man on board was a hero. Every man on board was brave.
How did that happen?
Well, it was the first ship to ever be sunk during World War II. The Kingston Trio actually did a song about it called The Ballad of the Thresher. Now I'm going to start thinking about Laszlo again.
Yeah.
Seems like I've just gone in a circle of confusion with Laszlo Kovacs. I don't understand.
Laszlo Kovacs or Laszlo Mauser?
Yeah, depends who you talk to. Have you ever seen his driver's license?
No.
Driver's license says Laszlo Kovacs. But
That's real strange.
strange. But when you ask him who he is and you see his business card and you look him up on the internet,
Uh-huh.
on the detective movie database, it's Laszlo Mauser. But it also says AKA Laszlo Kovacs.
You know, I caught him on it once. One time I was talking to him, and he answered the phone. He said Laszlo Meiser.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
So you know that's not his real name.
No, he's Laszlo Kovacs. Are we to Arch Deli yet?
Yeah. If oh man, there's a place in the front too. I think they knew.
Oh, you got reserved seating?
Yeah, of course I do.
Hey, man, when you got good karma, things open up to you, right?
I know. Look at
Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I could eat a roast beef.
you get French dip from 1920.
Isn't that a story? The funny thing about it is the guy who invented it, his name was Soap.
That's weird.
Yeah, let's go in.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hungry.
Okay, thank you. Let's get Linnea out.